my beautiful spooky pickles. Have you ever house sat for anyone? That's a very interesting thing, isn't it, house sitting? Because it's not your house. So the energy always feels just a little bit odd, doesn't it? But have you ever had a banging or a rattling of the door when no one else is home? When you're babysitting, you're house sitting? Let me tell you the story tonight, my spooky pickles. It involves a guy named Dan and a girl named Emma, and they're house sitting for Dan's Aunt Celia. Now, she's getting slightly old up there in age, but she still does the odd conference. She used to be a professor. So every now and again, she'll do an odd conference at like a hotel. She'll stay over for a night or two, but that also means she needs a house sitter. So this time, she asks Dan and Emma, because they're getting a bit older, but they don't quite have their own flat yet. So she thinks it'll be a nice opportunity for them to have some alone time. What a nice idea. So they get there, the whole day goes fine until it's evening, and they decide to sit upstairs in the spare bedroom. It's a nice big double bed, and there's a TV on the wall and an ensuite and everything. The aunt's quite rich, by the way, in case you haven't guessed. And they sat chilling, eating some takeaway, eating some fish and chips, enjoying the night, when they hear bang, front door goes. They go, hello? And they hear their Aunt Celia's voice, explaining that she's home, and something went wrong with the trip. But just as this Aunt Celia's going on about how the trip went wrong and she's home, Dan's phone rings. And who do you think we see on the caller ID? My spooky pickles? That's right, Auntie Celia. She calls to let them know she's got to the hotel perfectly fine and she's settled in. Also, she's taken her cat biscuits because he's ginger and she likes ginger biscuits. She's taken him with her and he's settling in very nice. So they don't have to worry about any cats. She just wants to check they're fine. They don't want to worry her by thinking there's an intruder in the house. So they just reassure her and tell her everything's fine. Meanwhile, in the background, they can hear this Auntie Celia talking to them. So when they hang up the phone, they go, okay, bye, Aunt Celia. We'll speak to you later. And then all of a sudden, the Aunt Celia that's outside the door stops talking. No more. No more words. No more talking. Nothing. Eerie silence. The kind of silence that makes your chest feel tight and uncomfortable. They're thinking, did we imagine it? Was it the neighbours and they've got someone that they know called Celia and the sound travel oddly? They don't know. So, Dan, who plays cricket, of course he does, and he plays rugby, he's quite a big guy, but because he's planning to stay there a few days, he's took some of his gear, so he has a cricket bat. Well done, Dan, in this situation. So, he decides to just check the house with his cricket bat. And Emma's not going to stay in the bedroom alone, so she goes with him, and they check the whole house. There's no one there. The front door is still locked. Strange. Maybe it was just they misheard something and the call freaked them out, to just brush it off and try not to let it ruin their evening. So they just sit chilling in bed, relaxing, scrolling on the phones, watching Gilmore Girls or Friends or whatever it is they're choosing to watch. That's what I'd be watching if it was me and my spooky pickles. They're sat chilling. And all of a sudden, they hear on the bedroom door. But they didn't hear the front door open or close. And they know it was locked. And none of the downstairs windows are open. It's just the bedroom window in the room they're in that is open. And it's Dan's dad. But it can't be Dan's dad because he's at the football. And it's only half time as far as the football is concerned right now. And when Dan's dad goes to the football, he usually has one too many, so just takes an Uber straight home after. So they're wondering who this is. And he's saying, I've just come to check on you guys. Is everything alright? Auntie Celia was worried, even though they spoke to their Auntie Celia and she knew they was absolutely fine as far as she was concerned. So they're very concerned by this, but also something about Dan's dad's voice, say that 5 times fast, sounds a bit odd. It sounds like someone who's been practicing talking. but hasn't spoken for a long time. So they don't know whether or not to answer, but something in them tells them, just stay quiet, don't say anything. He's banging on the door. Kids, answer me. Why are you ignoring me? Nothing. They don't know what to do. They don't know if it's an intruder. Should they call the police? They don't know. And then the bedroom door handle starts to shake and rattle, but it's not locked. So why isn't this intruder coming in? It's very angry now. It sounds more human, but still not right. It's banging on the door, shouting, threatening them, telling them they're going to be in big trouble unless they open the door. They shouldn't be worrying him and their Auntie Celia. Open the door and let them know they're okay. If it was the dad, he could just knock and walk in. But he doesn't. The door is just being pounded on, and the door handle is shaking. And this not quite right human voice is sounding angrier and less like his dad's. Also, Dan's dad isn't usually a very angry person. He's usually quite sociable and happy, even when he has one too many. So this isn't right. And just as Emma's suggesting that they do call the police, stops again. And a silence so loud and heavy makes the chest ache. Also later, just as he's settling down but deciding that they're just going to leave in the morning and come in the daytime to check on the house and just explain to Auntie Celia that that's what they're going to do, every now and again you hear at the door like it's a cat. But they know Auntie Celia took Biscuits with her, because she doesn't leave that cat anywhere. She takes him with her everywhere. And every now and again they hear a very odd meow, but it's not a normal meow. It's like a toy cat. Its batteries are slowly starting to die. A very disjointed meow. And it's like something's practicing until it becomes more smooth. It's very odd, very unsettling. They don't sleep a wink at all. I wouldn't either. So in the morning, they just pack up and decide to go home and explain to Auntie Celia they'll just check the house in the day and lock up. But for weeks and weeks after, they have a really odd, eerie feeling of being watched. They keep seeing things in the corner of their eyes, and every time they look, it's gone. And they don't know what it is. And there's a heaviness in the chest. And when it's dark and quiet, they always have a feeling that they're expecting something to happen. And luckily nothing does, and this feeling does decide to fade in a few months. But still, for those few months, they feel really on edge and uncomfortable. Like I said, there's just always something there, in the periphery or behind them. So, my spooky pickles, always be careful before you decide to house it in anyone else's house. Also, never answer a voice you're unsure of or open a door to anyone who has not been invited. I hope you enjoyed this spooky little story, my lovely spooky pickles. I'm going to try and do some more longer ones, some more scary ones. I'm just trying to dip my toe into it for now. I hope you are liking them. Let me know if you do or you don't, or you want a specific genre or kind of like creepypasta type thing. I hope you are enjoying them. I shall see you all very soon. Enjoy the rest of your day, night, evening, whatever time you're seeing this. I love you all. I'll see you all soon. My spooky pickles.